Delighted to be joined on the MWC 25 Doha show floor by Aamir Ibrahim, who is the CEO of Pakistan mobile operator Jazz. Aamir, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining us.
Great to be here.
So CEO of Jazz, but we're going to actually be talking about one of your specific services today, Jazz Cash. For our global audience, Aamir, who may not be as familiar with Jazz Cash as others, tell us a little bit about it and the impact that it's having on Pakistan's kind of digital financial landscape.
Sure. So Jazz Cash is now an independent company under the VEON umbrella. And in the context of Pakistan, it's the largest fintech. And there are two or three different ways to define it. One is by opportunity, one is by vision, and the third is by numbers. I think from an opportunity perspective, most of the frontier markets and emerging environments, they've been lacking access to financial services, right? So the mobile phones made a much better penetration than the banks in terms of providing access, whether it was just to offer a wallet or a mobile bank account or payment mechanism. And this is what a typical fintech typically addresses, which is really solving the problems that exist at a grassroots level. And the more sophisticated fintechs try to address some of the more sophisticated markets. But in an emerging environment, some of the basic things have been wanting, right? Okay. So how do you make payments, starting with that? So from a vision perspective, Jazz Cash exists to help improve the lives and livelihoods of people through technology. And we over-index our support to women because they have been traditionally more left behind. So a lot of our commitment is to make sure that we can put a smartphone in every woman's hand and we can give every woman in Pakistan a bank account and access to commerce and everything else that happens on a fintech. The third way to define Jazz Cash is from a numbers perspective. So we're the largest fintech in the country. We do have a banking license also. We have more than 50 million accounts, or we process more than 13% of Pakistani GDP, issue more than 200,000 loans every single day, and the numbers keep on going.
And big numbers. The government of Pakistan is also really pushing for a cashless economy. Is Jazz Cash helping there?
Absolutely. I would say that we're even driving the agenda from the sidelines, and the Pakistani government has been very committed in terms of documenting the economy, digitizing the economy. And when you try to digitize the economy, one of the enemies that you see is cash, because that's what doesn't get documented. So every digital transaction leaves a digital fingerprint, and that helps us trace where the money originated from, where it ended. And like many other governments, Pakistan is committed to creating common rail tracks, which we have done through a brand called Rast. And today, more than 80% of the Rast transactions on a QR code actually happen on Jazz Cash. So that reinforces our commitment, our ambition, and we are trying to solve larger problems. And in this particular case, the government of Pakistan is our partner and our sponsor for this thing.
And we're seeing lots of trends in the market. I mean, generally in fintech, open banking, super apps as well. How does that impact Jazz Cash's strategy to kind of stay ahead, or at least keep up with the competition, if not stay ahead?
Sure. So, like I said, the frontier markets had some basic bottom of the pyramid problems, but we can't keep on going in a linear manner in trying to address, we'll graduate from this level to the next level to this thing. We have to solve problems simultaneously, and there are going to be many users in Pakistan who are more advanced, and they may want to deal with virtual assets. They may want to, like have a mini app. These are some of the trends that we see around, and it's basically now looking at cross-border remittances and transactions. So these are the trends that we see. Use of AI becomes much more prevalent, whether it is for use for credit scoring, whether it is to really do early fraud detection or near real-time fraud detection. I think these are the trends. But within these trends, certainly in the fintech world, I think the one which is now occupying more space is crypto, stablecoins, exchanges. And I think that's now becoming more of a global phenomena. And Jazz Cash, like many other fintechs, are working very passionately and aggressively on those areas.
And just very briefly, if we can, Aamir, I mean, let's look maybe 3 years down the line. Where do you want Jazz Cash to be? What kind of innovation are you going to be developing over that time?
So I think while we're very grateful to have the opportunity in Pakistan where there are 250 million people who are going to get banked, I think the real opportunity is outside of Pakistan also. So we have set up an office in Dubai to start addressing first the GCC market, starting with Pakistani diaspora and helping address their issues. And like many other fintechs around the world is your oyster, so we're not going to limit ourselves only to Pakistan or to the Pakistani diaspora. We have to be everywhere where there are customers.
Well, best of luck with that expansion strategy, Aamir. Thank you very much for joining us at MWC 25 Doha. Thank you.
Brilliant. Thank you for having me.